In a fiery address marking his first public speech since leaving office, former President Joe Biden unleashed a blistering critique of the current administration, accusing it of waging a relentless assault on the fabric of American governance. His words, delivered to a national conference of disability advocates in Chicago, painted a stark picture of a nation under siege, a nation where the foundations of social security are under threat. Biden's speech, a potent blend of outrage and warning, focused its laser-like intensity on the perceived destructive actions of the Trump administration and its high-profile allies. He didn't mince words, directly naming Donald Trump and Elon Musk as architects of what he described as a warp-speed effort to tear down the federal government. The sheer audacity of their actions, Biden emphasized, left him both stunned and deeply concerned. In fewer than 100 days, Biden declared, his voice imbued with a palpable sense of urgency, this new administration has inflicted profound damage and widespread destruction. The scale of the devastation is frankly breathtaking. The speed with which they're dismantling decades of progress is astonishing. His words hung heavy in the air, leaving the audience to grapple with the gravity of his claims. The former president zeroed in on the perceived attacks on Social Security, a cornerstone of the American social safety net. He vehemently denounced Musk's controversial labeling of the program as a Ponzi scheme, characterizing the statement as not only reckless but indicative of a deeper disregard for the well-being of millions of vulnerable Americans. The casual dismissal of the program's importance, Biden argued, was a direct attack on the very soul of American compassion and social responsibility. Biden's condemnation extended to Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, another billionaire whose comments added insult to injury. Lutnick's reported statement that his 94-year-old mother-in-law wouldn't mind missing a Social Security check drew Biden's sharpest rebuke. The callous disregard for the elderly, the vulnerable, the very people this program was designed to protect, is simply unacceptable, Biden thundered. He painted a vivid picture of the devastating consequences that would befall millions of retirees if such reckless policies were allowed to stand. He further underscored his point, stating, "A fraudster always makes the loudest noise, screaming, yelling, and complaining. But the true damage is done quietly, subtly, through actions masked as policy, presented as reform, but ultimately designed for the benefit of a privileged few at the expense of the many." His words resonated with the gravity of a seasoned statesman witnessing the unraveling of a system he had dedicated his life to upholding. Biden's speech served not only as an indictment of the current administration, but also as a rallying cry. He implicitly called upon the American people to stand against what he sees as a concerted effort to dismantle vital social programs and erode the foundations of American democracy. The speech was a stark reminder of the high stakes involved, a call to action in the face of a perceived existential threat to the American social contract. The future, he implied, hangs precariously in the balance. The question now is whether the American people will rise to the challenge and defend the principles he believes are under attack. His powerful words left no doubt about the urgency of the situation.